Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to Reliquia Park, where we are at Totem X4 in the Totem Abyss. And so it turns out this is the area where I seem to be most comfortable so far of all of the like Abyss areas. We are 2 puzzles away from the end. I mean, I guess there's this one and then there's the next one, and we finished it. Now the problem is, I'm not really planning to go finish the other areas. I think I've already resigned myself to not finishing everything. So even if I get this, the only thing I'm going to get is like whatever the it's not a relic, whatever it is you get at the end of each area. I'm going to get that, but I'm not going to see what the consequences of getting that are. Which is slightly unfortunate, but it's fine. I mean, I guess the thing is, my favorite consequence for, solving a bunch of puzzles and getting to the end of it is, well, I mean, the main thing is having solved those puzzles, right? Because eventually there's going to be an ending way there's nothing after it. But then I guess the other thing that's a nice reward is more puzzles, right? But yeah, eventually there has to be a time when you solve a bunch of puzzles just for the sake of solving those puzzles. And yeah, so it's kind of weird to even care about like the fact that I'm not finishing the other areas. So I guess I don't care. All right, I don't care. There we go. Perfect. Okay, this looks like it should be a simple one. Come on. Really simple, right? What do we have? We have, these are all diagonal haters. You are a diagonal and orthogonal hater. Okay, easy. So they've all got to be on different diagonals from each other. Isn't that severely limiting? Can we not just like... So you're there, for example, and then... In fact, how many diagonals do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things, okay? Yeah, so the trick is like figuring out which diagonal these need to be on. Like, how many diagonals do we have in the other direction? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the same. Oh yeah, it's a totally symmetric area. Obviously, if these are going to be like on... Like, they can be like that, that's fine. But then you would have to be on this diagonal, but not be able to see them. Which currently is possible only there. Okay. Then what if we just kind of invert that? Like, would you be able to see anybody if you were here? Yes, you would. Now, is there nobody... Oh, hold on. One? Yeah, okay, we have 7 things. Okay, right. So you need to be somewhere where you can't see anybody. So it's interesting that each diagonal, some of the diagonals have 4 spaces, some of them have 3, like alternating. As in, like... The light diagonal here has 3 spaces and the dark diagonal here has 4. That tells me something because sure there's going to be 1 on each of these, but well, except for one of them, and they can all see like along their line, which means like if we've got one on the light diagonal here. Basically, we can only have 3 on the light diagonals, right? Yes, because there's going to be one there that's going to block off that, and there's going to be one like here that's going to block off that, and then one here blocks off that, and they don't want to be able to see each other. So that tells us, okay, so we have 7 things. We know one of them's empty. The empty one is a light diagonal. Okay, that's good to know. So then if we want this to not be able to see anything, I guess the ideal place would be, like, see anything orthogonally, would be the one that has the least amount of orthogonal spaces. Although I think it might be, so let's say you are here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces. If you're here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's kind of always 6. Let's put everything in good diagonal positions. So only 3 of the light positions are going to have something in. So let's just do like, oh gosh, I'm getting confused about what's diagonal and what's not. I'm like almost like rotating the grid in my head, 45 degrees. It's making me think of the as these as diagonal, but no, that's currently fine. They can't see each other diagonally. Yes. So then the rest are going to have to be on the dark diagonals. And this is the same. Okay, but it's the opposite on the other directions, because in the other direction it's the dark diagonals that are 3. So only 3 of those are going to be filled in. Right now, none of them are filled in. Okay. Wait, only 3 of those are going to be filled in. Yet somehow we have... I mean, maybe that's fine. Is that fine? I feel like there might be somewhere this can go and then everything's happy. Not there. There. Okay, perfect. Holy moly. I'm actually getting through this area, the last one. Will I get through this? If I get through this, that is... I feel like I've achieved everything I'm going to achieve in this game. It doesn't look too complex. Okay, so these don't want to see orthogonals. We've got a mix up here. These don't want to see orthogonals. These don't want to see each other. Okay, because then these are the ones that have like the 3x3 area around them, the kings. So they're only going to be affected by each other. So that tells me their layout, right, has to be something like, I guess it can be this kind of, this kind of, it's definitely something funny with the inputs here. That kind of shape would be fine. Or you could actually be up or down, it doesn't matter. Can we also do, no, we can't do this kind of shape. That's the shape that we do for 3 orthogonals, so we're going to do that kind of shape for you. Although there is also a block in each area so that we can use. Okay, so it's this kind of, basically 2 on one edge and then the other free to move. Okay, let me kind of depict that down here. So we have like a grid, 3x3, and then 2 are going in this area, and then, in fact, hold on, more specifically, they have to be like this, and then 1 in this area. Okay, then I have to write a number as well. Okay. So for the, okay, and this doesn't affect that. That's the same either way. But I guess we can use this to block off something from either above or down here. Okay. Above might make more sense. So let's do something like this. Can I now unpack these? No, I can't get you in the corner. Wait, how do I do this? Can I get these all in the corner? Maybe not. Is that impossible? Because to put one up, then one would have to be pushed to the side. Yeah, that might be impossible. Okay, interesting. Is that true? It might be true. Okay, so in which case, maybe you're better off blocking... Well, I don't know. I kind of feel like let's just push forwards. So these don't want to be able to see each other, but we could do it like... They don't have to be in that arrangement that I was talking about. Because... Okay, well, because of the fact there's a block here as well. What if we do it this way round? But then that does mean 2 of these rows are bad. You can currently see that, but we could swap you over to this side. But then you can see you. Okay, so this direction, 2 rows are bad. 2 columns, sorry. As in, this, not there. Here, this is bad and this is bad. But there's no way to position these such that we can have 2 rows clear here, right? We've got the box to help with one of them, but then the other one's going to have things in it. So, okay, so then these need to be rotated. Oop, I lost the other thing. These need to be rotated in a different way. We don't want 2 columns being hit downwards, so 2 columns to the side instead. I don't think there's a way of doing it with only 1 column hit. in both directions. So, oh, now we've still got 2 columns being hit though. That doesn't actually help. Ah. But that is actually better because the middle column can be empty. Okay, so yeah, this feels right. So swap you to this side. But I can't get that in that corner. That is the ultimate problem there. Oh, one of these are like shifted. And then you're here. Those aren't being seen. This isn't being seen. That actually ends up working out well, I think. Okay. You could be slid up or slid down. All right. So what does that mean for this one? That means that there's 2 rows here that are currently visible. We do have a box. You don't want to see anything orthogonal. You don't want... What are you? You're the Knights Move one. Okay. Well, you can't see Knights Move any of the others, so it's just your friends in your area with you. Okay. I might actually focus on the ones down here first. So that row's bad. That row's bad. The middle row's fine. But we could also use this to help in some way. Like, then we could do that and that if I wanted to. I don't know if I do want to. Although getting these to only wipe out a single column would definitely be nice. Is that possible? So they'd have to be spaced. No, yes, it is possible. It's not possible. It is possible. It's not possible. If I shove this in between them, sure, this row's bad because it can see this, but I could shove this up, but then you can see that one. So it might not be possible. However, what if you're there, you're like this? This is good. Because then this doesn't see either of them yet. So now it is just one column that's being hit. Okay. It feels like some kind of good progress. Now do I just shove these around until something good happens? Maybe stick you in that corner and then... where's good for diagonals? So you'll only be able to see stuff down here. So this diagonal wants to be on the light diagonals here. Okay. I can do that. If that's what you want, you can be there. Now you can see you, which isn't great. Also, this can see those. So you technically could go not there, not there. Ooh, okay, problems. What if you go there instead then? And then we put this. However, you can also see by this. Okay, so the right column we can't use. That feels like a problem. That feels like a problem. Yes. Because it's impossible to put you... It's impossible to put on 2 columns, put you somewhere where you wouldn't be able to see one of these, except for right now, but then you'll be seen diagonally. Yeah, like these 2 are a problem together. Because you don't want to see diagonally, but sorry, you don't want to see orthogonally, but you don't want to see diagonally. So they need to be offset, neither orthogonally nor diagonally. So like knights move away from each other, which is, I can do knights move. Yes, but then you can see this. But that's fine. I can put that there. Okay, so this is actually kind of close to something, except for the fact that you can see you. What if I were to shove this over one? Because that box isn't doing much right now. Do that. And then shove these where? Okay, what if we swap you and you and you? What's wrong right now? Oh, this. You go here? Oh, they can see each other though. So I get 2 rows to work with, 2 columns to work with up in this space, but only 2 here as well, I guess, which is a problem. It's not a problem. Yay! I did it! I got to the totem Zendex. I got a code. I got another code. The code is backwards S. Oh gosh, what did I just draw? Backwards S. Horseshoe plus 9 0. Let's read the thing. Do not forget the name written above you in this room. You may now return to the heart of the forest and use this name to summon a secret fragment. A fragment, that's what they're called. Turn to hub. Let's just do it, because I'm not going to get to see this much, because the rest are way too difficult. I was definitely a bit exhausted by the game from the previous sections. I've had a few days not playing it, and so it's been nice to come back not as exhausted. But okay, so that lights up one of those little dots in the middle. Okay. I guess we can imagine what the others would look like. But we do still have a glyph to go and see. But I'm very willing to just be like, no, this is too difficult. I'm not going to do it. However, let's give it a go at least. Is it this one down here? Is it gamma, delta, plus horseshoe? I didn't label which area is which, except spire. Spire I did label, but none of the others I did. Lightning bolts? Where are we? Glyph Abyss. It is here that we lay our memories to rest. Completion of these 4 trials will award you with a secret fragment. Okay. Okay, so how does it work? They either have to be all the same or all different, and not the other option. Okay, what options do we have? So we interestingly have a grey circle up here. So there's only 2 grey things. Okay, so they are going to go with other colours. They have to. So we're definitely combining you with a white and a black. So... Oh no. Definitely combining you with a white and a black. But they could be circles. They could not be circles. Do I just begin? This could very easily end up in only really solvable by writing a program territory. Which, I'm a programmer, but it's not really what I want to be doing. I do enough programming in my life. I don't need it in my puzzle games as well. It's actually funny, yeah. I've never been that interested in programming puzzle games or engineering puzzle games, like Zachtronics and stuff. And I've definitely talked about it in the past, but yeah, there's a few reasons why. But one of the reasons is I do a lot of programming anyway. And I guess a reason on top of that I think is the bigger reason is that I kind of find with programming that there's very rarely, I feel like it's like I'm having some new exciting revelation. I feel like I'm just wiring up stuff that I know can be wired up, and I'm just going through the routine of doing it. I mean, I've written programs that do all sorts of things, so of course I can write a program that does whatever the game is asking of me, but it just requires wiring things up in a certain way. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons I really like Star Stuff, which is it's a programming game, but it's not at all like one of those other programming games. It's more of a a straightforward puzzler than it is a engineering type thing. There's right answers, and rather than just oh, here's a space, you just figure out how to solve the thing. And on top of that, Star Stuff had a really cool like system. It wasn't just the programming aspect. It was also the like kind of more traditional puzzly things like buttons and like the platforms that would drop things and the electric platforms and all kinds of things that you'd be interacting with the programming all together, and that's just a cool combo. It made it a more interesting programming game to me. Not that this is it's all relevant to this, but it's my kind of explanation for why I'm not just like going to some code and like writing something to help me solve this. It's not what I'm looking for. And it'd be like, yeah, sure, I know I can do that. There's just nothing interesting to me about that. It's like, yeah, of course. I mean, ultimately, I could write a program that brute forced it. It might take a long time, but maybe it might be doable. But just like basically start with the like brute forcing, add in some like sensible heuristics, like, well, I'd only place this next to this in this particular situation, and then you'll probably end up with a program that can figure this out pretty fast. Oh yeah, do things like remove, because the rules are like rotationally symmetric, so only ever do things in like one direction. Don't try every combination, but so I just kind of think, well, okay, I know I can do that. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go do it, which is interesting because like you could say, well, why don't I just go, well, I know I can solve this in my head. But to me, like the kind of the revelations that you have in solving a puzzle are the revelations. I'm here for the revelations. I feel like sure, there are revelations in programming, but not like, yeah. I've done too much programming in my life. I've been programming for 20 years. If not, yeah, around 20 years. Maybe I'll feel the same way about puzzles eventually. I'll be like, well, yeah, I know I can solve puzzles. What am I doing? Am I just like trying random stuff? Maybe. You go there. You go there. Yay. Then. I mean, part of the problem with this one's going to be just how limited all the space is, I guess. And we do need to swap to I at some point and swap to... okay, and swap to plus. Okay, I see what's going on. So we want to swap to I by going like this, and then... no, swap to plus this would be. But this is not actually doing it because we've got two of those, so it has to be up here. Okay, and then we've swapped to plus. And then with the plus, we can do, I guess, like this. That. Now I can't bring any of the shapes in, which is going to be slightly annoying. But we also want to swap to, like, we don't really care about grey anymore. We do want to get these eyes sorted. What if we did... So now the problem is, to get to the eyes, we're going to have to go... Oh no, so maybe the grey is relevant here, because we could go... but we don't have a plus to go through, so I can't actually get to eye. So if we have an eye up here, can we use that eye to get to eye? Maybe. Okay, so... Oh gosh. Yeah, I think the other thing that's like... making me not love these puzzles in the latter part of this game is just that they are quite tight spaces. Wouldn't mind a lot more room. So we could go to this. And then from that, we've got eye. But I don't have any grey eyes. So, okay, so that tells me actually all of the white eyes have to go together. I mean, we do have the one grey eye down there. But yeah, maybe we should be keeping these together. And this should be separate. I might be able to just push through this. Does that also mean that these two and this have to go together? Because, I mean, there is a grey eye and there is a white eye. the problem is there's also like, in theory I can do this. I know that breaks a bunch of stuff on the bottom, kind of. Actually, it doesn't really. I did not mean to move both of those across. Just the one. In theory I can also do... actually I can't because of the numbers. I was going to like put another eye up here and have it be... I mean, it's also outside the grid, but, you know, in theory. Like have another set of 3 overlapping an existing set of 3. Okay, so let's assume that means that the eyes have to go together. Like, those are happy to be next to it. It doesn't ruin the rule, right? If there's like sets of 2 that aren't doing anything. Good. Okay, but we do need to have something that goes to this plus, which is going to be 2 other shapes. Grey. Okay, so the grey circle needs to be involved in the plus. Or the eye does. Okay. But it needs to go with a circle as well. Why don't I shove this up? Well, that's ruined this apparently. But we could do that there now. And then this one can go... Wait, no, that is happy? Yeah, wait. I'm confused. Why? There's like a grey outline. Grey circle, white circle, black circle. That should be fine. Why do you have a grey outline? This one. This is actually causing that one to... This is causing... Oh, I don't need this anymore, do I? It's causing this one to light up, but not this one. Even though it's this one that I'm moving. That's kind of weird. Is that a glitch? Can I not just shove these in here now? I guess maybe I don't quite understand all the specifics of this rule. Yeah, I guess I don't. Well, okay, so I think this one's the one that's unhappy. Oh, okay, so that's unhappy because of the numbers, of course. Yes, I see. All right, well, I got there. Yeah, it's weird. You can sort of shove them together because there's no rule that says you can't have like wrong sets. You just sort of smush all the sets next to each other and hope for the best. And it seems to work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got 15 things, and that is 15 spaces. Okay, so this is an interesting little setup. They've all got to go in to this grid perfectly. There are 5 greys, 5 black, 5... Ooh, no, hold on. There's only 3 white. And then a black and a grey. So those exist to cross between colours, right? Those exist to cross between colours. Which makes me think they are going in those, like, central spaces. And we're, like, crossing in both directions, maybe? So, and they will also end up crossing between shapes as well. Why do I say they're about crossing between colours? No, they're more about crossing between shapes, right? Yeah. Because the plus, like, there's no 3 pluses, so we have to cross between shapes. Yeah, that's what I should be thinking about. So... And then, but there's only 2 of the shapes, so like crossing too many times would be a problem. But I'm still interested in being in those 2 positions that I said. Like almost like we could have. So we have circles. Oh, but we don't have any other shapes. We've only got the eye. Oh, okay. I'm like not realizing how few other shapes we have. We've just got these eyes. So those pluses are just involved in connecting to these eyes. Okay. Well, then that tells me a lot, doesn't it? Is it even possible to connect to this eye? So it would have to be a black circle right. It is totally possible. And 0. This one is the one. It is possible to connect you. I mean, maybe we'll just do 5 completely separate rows. It's possible. I don't know. So you would have to connect grey circle centered 0. Grey circle centered 0. Then is it possible with all these to just like do sets of 3? Oh, it is. Wait, okay. Really? Is that the puzzle we're doing? These are all like just valid sets of 3, so I can just do this, right? Again, it feels like because I can just smush these next to each other and not worry about like the vertical directions, it's quite an open puzzle. I mean, I don't mind an open puzzle right now. I wouldn't mind ending on a fairly easy note. I mean, this is only the second puzzle of the area. Okay. And then do we save this for next time, or is it going to be simple as well? Let's be sensible. Save it for next time. If this area ends up being easy, then I guess we'll have a short video next time. But yeah, let's be sensible. All right. See you next time, folks, and we'll see if we can finish up this area. And then that's probably it. I don't think I'm going back to the other areas to finish them. But maybe we'll just get stuck here forever. We'll see. All right. Goodbye.